Hey guys, welcome to Cars and Health Bars. On today's episode, as you can see my screen. That's right. Today we are doing a just one tier list because it incorporates both cars and gaming. Of course, we are talking about Need for Speed, and with me today, of course, my co-host Jordan is going to help me place these in some places.
Jeez, there's so many.
There's probably gonna be a few on the never played. Just letting you know, we've definitely played a lot, but there's a lot on here I've never even heard of before. Probably some Steam exclusives too. Uh, so I guess we could get right into it. Unfortunately, they're not in order, so we're just gonna
Let's say they don't look in order.
yeah. So we got Need for Speed Carbon Own the City. So I guess it's a sequel to Carbon. I know you've played Carbon before, but have you played the sequel?
No, I haven't.
Okay, now, that will be first.
Own the City, man. I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah. What about Need for Speed Payback?
I played that quite a bit.
I was gonna say I'm almost sure that you've played Need for Speed Payback.
Let's see, because I got to think about where I put all the other Need for Speeds. Because, man, I think I had a few things I liked.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's like
It wasn't
super
top tier.
high. Yeah, I'm thinking B tier maybe. I don't remember being horrible.
Honestly, that's fair. It does have nice graphics, and I mean, I wouldn't say the story's nothing to write home about.
Yeah. Hot Pursuit 2. Have you played Hot Pursuit 2?
That's the OG Hot Pursuit too.
Yeah.
I don't think I played the OG one. I played the first one.
Okay. I don't think either one of us has played Porsche Unleashed.
No, I wonder if some of these are like the games you get at like arcades that where you act like it's like you're driving the car, you know?
Maybe. Anyways, we got Need for Speed Rivals. That was
That was our
fun
shit.
one. Yeah, I was always cop every time.
You were always busting.
I was like, I'm enforcing the law in this McLaren.
I remember, man, that game. That was like, I tell you, I think that game is what got me hooked on the C7.
This game they did multiplayer so well. Like they made it actually fun to play multiplayer.
It was.
Especially with your buddy. Like I said, we played opposite, so like we was always running each other down. I was always running him down. It was so much fun.
It was, because you just go online and just like, it's like a GTA server. You just ramming into
It was. It was just like GTA. I think I put it up to A tier.
I would, for sure. That was a fun one. I'd definitely play over Payback.
Yeah. So this is Need for Speed 2. Looks like a very like you said, arcade game.
I never played the really. Yeah. I know the first one was actually a top-down view.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a weird point of view.
Okay, what about any of the Wii games? The Nitro.
I never played the Wii.
Need for Speed Run. I'm gonna say no. It does look like a newer one. Need for Speed The Run.
I ain't heard of it, dude.
Yeah, or Shift. What about Undercover?
I remember Undercover. That was pretty goated.
I never played Undercover, so you're gonna have to put this wherever you want.
Yeah, I'd put it with Payback. I don't think Rivals was... Or no, that's not Rivals. Yeah, Rivals, yeah. Rivals was pretty hard to beat, in my opinion.
It's going to be gatekeeping A tier. What about Hot Pursuit? Because you were a big Hot Pursuit fan.
I would put that right with Rivals. It's kind of the same thing, you know, a little bit.
Yeah. What about Rivals Underground? I had never heard of that. I didn't know they made another Underground other than 1 and 2.
No, I didn't either. There's so many here, dude.
Yeah, there are.
We get Tyler on this. What we need.
I mean, we could throw him in here if he gets on here soon.
Shift Unleashed. I don't remember that either.
Okay. Or Nitro X.
No Limits I've heard of.
It looks recent.
I don't know it.
Fair enough.
Not that Most Wanted. That.
Yeah.
I guess it depends, because I didn't do... did that even have a story, is what I'm wondering. I feel like it was multiplayer, mainly.
This is all you. I've never played Most Wanted.
Man, I feel like that one didn't even have a story, really. It might... Like, I remember some of the races and stuff, but... I really liked the soundtrack to it. It had a good soundtrack. And It didn't have the M3 GTR. That kind of upset me.
Uh
I remember my main car was the Aventador LP 7400.
huh.
That was my dude. I love Aventadors, and I played that game a lot. I put some time into that game. I wouldn't put it with Rivals. I put it B tier. It was good, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably over them. What about Need for Speed World?
Never played it.
Dang. All right. I can talk about this one. What about
This is your game, dog.
This game is like, I don't know if there's a difficulty slider on that game. If it was, I played on default. Dude, it got super, I mean, like, one small error in a race, especially like those circuit races, you's losing. And second place, that you don't win. You don't complete the mission unless you get first place. That game, I had to look it up that if it had live action cutscenes, and it does. Like and it's got Ken Block in it. Like all these amazing street racers were in the game. It just blows my mind. Just Ken Block being in it kind of just did it for me. I wouldn't quite put it S tier, but I think it's definitely A tier. This game was.
Yeah, I remember you were on. I remember when it came out, man. You were on that grind.
Dude, this game was an insane amount of fun. Like Ken Block, man, you gotta give it to
Ken
him.
Block, the OG Carbon.
Yeah, Need for Speed Carbon.
I like how it started out with that M3 GTR, and then you just never see it again because it got wrecked.
Oh my god!
My dream car just got totaled in the game. I don't know. See, I didn't play it a lot, but there is a lot of support for that game. People liked it a lot, so I would put it A tier.
Okay.
It was like it had drifting and it was cool.
It's kind of an older one too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out right after Most Wanted, I think.
Okay.
Speaking of
Most Wanted, the OG Most Wanted,
I'm thinking M3. Where I'm gonna put it.
I'm thinking you're putting that in S tier.
Yeah, that is there's one other competitor to that game.
How good is its story? Like, is it really that good?
I don't know, because I was a kid, so there's some nostalgia.
Yeah.
But man, the graphics were ass. But man, I remember like the first time you load it up, it's got that chicken. It's got like live action people in the cutscenes, and it had that one hot chick, dude. And I was just like, damn, she hot, and the cars are cool, and it just like set me up for the rest of my life, I guess.
Oh my god.
So I loved it. I loved the cars, the soundtrack, everything, dude. I still listen to the soundtrack like every other week or so.
Yes, sir.
Like, it had such a banger soundtrack. It had like rap and stuff that I just never like. I wasn't into rap as a kid, but now that I listen to it, I'm just like, man, where was this at?
For real, me too. Like I was always like, rap. I ain't no gangster. Why am I listening to this?
Man, in the car, that M3 GTR, dude, that was my dream car.
So iconic. It's an
me and my dad would play Most Wanted for hours, dude. I remember you'd be getting chased and you could knock down like the big donut and it'd fall on the cops or knock the gas station down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the cool down spots. Had drag racing, circuit racing. And then you had to go up the blacklist. That was what it was about. So you come into the city and there's this whole list of people. And the first race you do, the dude fucks with your car and it loses oil and blows up. And he gets your car because you race for pinks. And he gets to the top of the blacklist using your car. So you got to run him down in another car.
Okay.
It's such a good story, dude. I loved it. It was honestly, I don't think Underground 2 or nothing beats it in my opinion.
That's hot take.
That's just me.
That's hot.
I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that.
Damn, that's a hot take.
I loved it, man. That was just my game.
That reminds me a lot of the plot of, is it on here? Oh, we're not done there yet. Okay, there. Okay, yeah, never mind. We'll get to it. Moving on, we got Pro Street. I've never played, but I heard it was pretty sick.
Tyler would be the one to talk about it. He's been showing me, and honestly, like, he showed me some gameplay and stuff, and it looked pretty good. I would, the drag racing on it seemed really cool to me.
Yeah, that's something that got introduced in Need for Speed 20, whatever, 16, whichever one I rated highly.
Yeah. This one you didn't drive. You just spawned in at the drag strip. You did your burnout, and then you treed up and went.
I might need to check out that Need for Speed. That sounds fun.
It's pretty cool, dude. You could build your car really cool on there. So I would put that A tier, honestly, just from what I know. I never even played it, but it seems pretty good.
Jeez, it came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess they had drag racing before any of the other ones did. It's got kind of a bad review. It's got 3.9 out of 5 review from up2down.com.
I never even heard of them.
Yeah, me neither. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I'm on board. It sounds cool.
Yeah, honestly, I'd play it over the Most Wanted.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
Payback.
You know, I got on kind of a kick here lately. EA, of course, now, I don't know if you have to have Pass or not. At least it comes with the Xbox Pass. You can play pretty much any Need for Speed game ever.
Yeah.
And I got on. I played a little bit of, let's see. I played Unbound. I played Heat. I played Need for Speed using that, even though I had the game already. I played a few others because, man, I got in a Need for Speed kick after I beat
you gotta play the
Need for
OG
Speed Heat.
Most Wanted, dog. That is the game.
Yeah. Anyways, here we come. OG of the OG. This is S tier all the way. This is my first Need for Speed game ever, and oh my god, what a great one to start out with. It's
that one was. I played it a little bit, not a whole lot, but it was good.
The same exact thing you were talking about. The opening scene, you get it's either 370 350Z, and you have to return it to this girl Rachel. And as soon as you get to the shop, it shows like she's just standing there with like a cut off top in front of a garage door. You're like, oh.
Hi there.
It's like that meme of like, I like men now, but it's like, I like women now.
Yeah. 12-year-old me was like, how do I feel about this?
It's like that Eminem song, boing, boing, boing.
Yeah. 12-year-old me discovering that I like women.
But yeah, the customization in the game, and it was the first Need for Speed game to allow you to free roam. But man, I remember that was the first game. I don't know if it was the first game, but I was like, why is it letting me get like a Cadillac Escalade? And then like all of a sudden you see the back hatch pop open, you put like an ungodly amount of subs in it.
You're like, oh, hit my ride.
We need to get like somebody that was, about 10, 15 years older than us and just talk to them what the car scene was like back then. It had to have been insane. Like just the dumb stuff that they did to cars back then.
I can only imagine.
Billion subs. Like I heard that pinstriping was like crazy back then, which pinstriping does look good on old cars, but like you go pinstriping like a S10, like your body style, like what are you doing?
I can kind of get it on a lowrider truck.
Yeah, but like just a regular old car, like my coworker was like, dude, they pinstriped everything back in the day. I'm like, oh. And the Lambo doors, everybody's going crazy over them back then.
Nah, no thanks on that.
Yeah, same. Like, no, I don't want no gullwing doors on my car. Underground,
man.
Underground, I don't know. I almost want to put it under like an A tier, but I understand a lot of people. The story was insane, but I just think Underground 2 is superior just because the free roam aspect. There was just so much
free roam is always going to be superior in my opinion.
Yeah, because I mean, you can like actually street race on there. That was my most favorite part is like doing street races on there.
Run up on someone.
Yeah, be like, hey yo, dog, let's go. Like, let's do this. Outrun them. I'm doing A tier. I mean, top of A for sure, but I just Underground 2 just needs to be up there by itself with Most Wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so do you know anything about Need for Speed Heat?
Not a whole lot.
I want to put it in S tier so bad, but my only complaint is that the story was too dang short. It was so good. And probably why the reason it was so good was because there was no filler. Like, it was nonstop. Every mission was like in your face action. Like, and the main bad guy, so it's a bunch of crooked cops is kind of who you're trying to go up against. And the crooked cop drives like my dream car, 5th Gen Z28, and he is like just bad, dude. You don't mess with him. And like, oh my god, that game's so much fun. You can probably beat the campaign in like a night or two. Honestly, it's so good. I beat it as a domestic car. I think I finished off with I either had a Z06. No, I had a Z28 also. Built out the gills, and then I built I think it was I ended up doing an R35 because of course that used to be my dream car. Excuse me. But man, this game's campaign is so good because you're like the corrupted cops are basically like impounding people's cars and then using them against them. Like they're like
Dang.
basically, yeah. So it's like it's so good. And at the end, you like expose like your objective is to like get all the like news copters to follow you because you take the news copters directly to where the like corruption is going down, like where the impound
Damn.
lot is. So it's got a baller story. It could be a dang movie.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, Need for Speed Heat. Like I said, you could beat the campaign so fast. The main one. There's of course side ones, and they also
Yeah.
incorporate a whole storyline of off road racing, which was super cool. It wasn't for me, but I thought it was cool that they incorporated off road racing. You know, that's it's a big scene too.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
Baja trucks, yeah.
That's something you really don't see with Need for Speed 2.
No, it's all street racing.
That's the remaster.
Yeah, we might as well put it with the original.
Yeah.
Where is Hot Pursuit?
An A, middle A.
I see. Okay, Need for Speed Edge. I didn't know. I left it here just in case maybe you knew.
No, I do not know
Okay.
that. Now, Unbound don't seem too good to me from what I've seen. I'm gonna be real.
I have played Unbound, and it was kind of I was holding off because it has a similar story. I played maybe a few hours of it. The story sounded kind of familiar. You're kind of like a deadbeat, and like you get a car, and then or you're like a really good driver, and then the car gets taken from you. Basically, it kind of you were kind of ringing some bells, but golly, the extra graphics, like the cartoony graphics,
Yeah, that's
man,
what kills it for me, dude.
Ugh, it's like
I
ugly.
get they want to try something new with that, but it just, I don't know, it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for me either, and I did play it, and it was just so distracting to have that stupid stuff all over the screen. Just like I want to feel like I'm playing like real life. I don't want to feel like I'm playing a cartoon, you know.
Yeah, it's more, I don't know, it definitely takes a different approach from the other Need for Speeds. Even the unrealisticness of others wasn't, I don't know, the graphics weren't like that, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to put it in F tier. I kind of did it. That's why I made an F tier. But I don't know if I could put any Need for Speed game in F tier because it's a car game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you thinking F tier?
No, I mean, I don't know much about it other than that, but it just seems like something that an 86 owner would like.
An 86 owner.
Yeah. That's just how I think of it.
Go and spray paint under an overpass and getting your 86.
Homie's putting on some underglow. Got the heart hanging from the bumper.
And a detachable steering wheel. With a dude that weighs about as much as I do.
Yeah, you don't even need no help getting in the car.
I go D tier. I just can't put a Need for Speed game in F. It's still a car game. It's still got cool cars on there.
Man, I'm gonna check some of these games out though because I
Heat,
realized there was
1,000,000%. You need to play Heat. Heat is really, really, really good. Like, it's so good. I can't stress that enough. And there's so much to do around the map. Like, there's of course the jumps, and then you collect spray paints for decals, and then you do donuts for parts. Like, it's so good.
Huh.
Yeah, I would say Need for Speed like 2016 you need to check out, and Heat for sure. Like if you're listening out there and you want like a game that you could probably beat in a weekend, Need for Speed Heat's the way to go. Just play all the main stories. The side stories are okay, but the main stories you get like storyline.
You know, I don't know how long it would take to beat Most Wanted because I was not speed running that game.
Yeah.
But I bet it would take I don't know, it'd probably take 2 or 3 days at least.
I think Heat,
grinding.
If you did it to like 100% completion, it would definitely take a long time because like there's speed traps just like Rivals where like
there is on Most Wanted too. Like
okay.
There's all kinds of stuff on Most Wanted, dude. It really had so much to offer.
That's so cool. Like it gives you stuff to do.
You could drive around like
run.
trucks holding logs, and you could knock the logs off, and the cops would not be able to get by. You know, like
that's cool.
them. There's so much cool stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing better than just like cruising down like an interstate on Need for Speed.
I don't know if the new ones have, but if you got to a certain level of Wanted, they would literally have these big ass fucking armored vehicles driving head on to you, and you had to dodge them. It was hard, dude.
Yeah,
the Rhino or whatever.
Yeah, Rhinos. That's what it's called on Heat.
God, those things were booking, dude. I remember. And then the cops at the highest level were in Corvettes trying to get you.
Yeah.
And then the helicopter would follow you.
It's worse than that on Heat. Like after, I think it goes up to 5 stars, just like GTA, dude. If I got past 3, I was like, I'm finding a shop now. Like
Yeah,
it's
pretty
almost
much.
impossible to shake them. I think at 5, they're like driving like McLarens and like helicopters and rhinos. There's like, it's literally. I'd like to see a video of like somebody at Heat 5. It's insane. I've only
Yeah.
got there once and I got like destroyed. I've noticed one of the best ways to lose the cops if you are playing Heat actively. There's this one area of the map where there's like jumps between canals. Oh my god, the cops are so dumb. They mess that jump up every time. They go in the river and die. It's like so good. But so if I'm creeping up on Heat 3, I'm like I'm going down there. I'm getting rid of these things because it's like it's so rewarding too. Because like your Heat is your multiplier. So like
Yeah.
you bring in that much XP and money. Like that's why I said you could beat the game in like a weekend if you like are really risky. Like you get Heat 5, dude, you can probably level up like 10 times in one night easily. But like that's impossible to lose at Heat 5. It feels like I think I've only did it one time, and I had to use that cheap strategy of going to the rivers.
They rough on there, huh?
Dude, they have no chill.
That's what I felt on Most Wanted, dude. It got hard. Man, that game, I just think about it, man. That was my childhood.
That was my childhood.
And then, quick shout out to, it ain't Need for Speed, but Burnout Paradise. That was my game, too.
Oh yeah,
It was like you did races, and some were lapped, some were point A to point B, but you could race and you would try and kill the other player, like you damage your car enough to where you ram them into a head-on car or something and they die. It was fun, man. You need to check out Burnout. They also had a game mode that I thought was really cool that I've never seen in another game. Basically, you get so far to drive and you try and like you'd be coming up on a red light. There'd be traffic going both ways, and you try and cause as much damage as you could, and it'd go in slow-mo and shit, and you could speed it up or slow it down if you wanted, but it would show you the total damage, and you'd try to get more. It was so much fun.
It sounds like that event in GTA 5 that would happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You'd get in a little bird and just go to town on like interstates.
Yeah.
I remember.
Dude, I would get that no problem.
You'd have like $1 billion in damage.
I bet the airport is the way to go on that, dude. You just go to the airport and blow planes up.
Yeah.
The terrorist attack.
Oh my god. But yeah, we just wanted to hop on real quick, do a quick tier list for you guys. It's been a while since we done one. I guess with that being said, we will throw it to, well, this will be your outro, and I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did. If you did, hop on over to our social media so you can keep up with us throughout the week. And with that being said, guys, we will catch you guys in the next one.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hasta la bye-bye.